And we're live. It is Sunday, December 27th, 2020, 5:03 p.m. We are 3 minutes late for an awesome reason today. Kate and I were testing new tech. We are soon to be able to bring you like a laugh track on In Lieu of Fun. We're soon to be able to dramatically stabilize guest presence so that any guest who can Skype in can be on In Lieu of Fun without any, question that the last minute, are they able or not to get into.
You have to look up Myrrh. You have to go type into the mystery guest, the people. The last mystery guest is under the name Myrrh, M-Y-R-R-H.
Okay, I just want to say to all future mystery guests, if you use a fake name, I don't know who the fuck you are.
We're just trolling you. This is the best mystery guest Sunday ever.
I'm totally down with being trolled. Before we introduce our mystery guests, I have to tell you about my totally macho moment with a chainsaw today. Whoops, hang on. Noelle, there was a chainsaw involved. We are going to pretend that we didn't just see Wise Man number 3. So, as I told you yesterday, I had a little chainsaw problem, which was that a very large piece of a tree fell, but didn't fall all the way. It fell down, hit the ground, and leaned up against the rest of the tree. I wish I'd taken a picture so that I wouldn't be able to share it with you because we can't do share screens well on Crowdcast, but we're going to fix that in a few days with the new tech. Anyway, the tree comes down, is leaning up against another tree, so the tree from which it fell. So you basically have one large tree trunk leaning against another tree trunk in a fashion that is sure to not survive the winter. And when it comes down, is going to kill whatever is under it, which I hope would not be me or Tammy or a dog or anybody else that we care about, a neighbor. And so the problem is when you have a chainsaw and you're in such a situation, first of all, it's really hard to cut a almost vertical thing because when you come through, the weight of the falling log falls against the flat of the chainsaw and it becomes pretty difficult to, it gets stuck in there, and a stuck chainsaw that is moving is really, really dangerous. So the question is what to do. So I'm standing there with a running chainsaw and trying to figure out the engineering of this. And then it hit me. I know how to do this. I turned off the chainsaw. I put my shoulder against the log. This is like a 15-foot, 20-foot log leaning against another log. But it's really big and really heavy, but kind of precarious. And I did the football linebacker maneuver, which is just to say I shoved it with my shoulder and my body weight. And with this incredible lumberjacky timber kind of noise, it falls harmlessly to the ground, rustling leaves. And then I cut it up into little pieces and I sent Kate a photograph of it next to my fire getting ready to be burned. That was just the thin tip of it. The rest of it actually needs to be split. So the point is, you don't always need the chainsaw. Sometimes you just need the shoulder shove. We are not allowed to have fun anymore. We are allowed to get in touch with our inner lumberjacks. So, Kate, we are allowed to apparently have 3 mystery wise men. Would you like to introduce wise man number 1?
Wise man number 1, show yourself to us.
Happy holidays.
Excellent.
Amazing. See,
And,
this is the thing.
in the tradition of the 3 wise men, I brought with me a gift. It's one of the traditional gifts. I'll leave it to you to figure out which traditional gift it is.
I have some frankincense in the other room.
Gold.
Oh
Sinatra
my!
and
Which,
pennies.
which gift?
Sinatra and pennies. Sinatra and
Hanukkah
pennies.
gelt?
And pennies.
Try again.
Frank and
cents. Ah, very good.
That was really good.
Very
things
good.
for you.
Very good.
Good things
Very
for you,
good.
Miss
Very
Chronic.
good. That was
I like it.
absolutely amazing. That was way better than my frankincense joke over text.
So I have some actual frankincense in the other room, but I get up only for alcohol. So so I'm not going to show it to you.
Wait.
Should we introduce mystery guest number 2?
Yes. Mystery guest number 2 is, oh my gosh.
Seems to be
I
a Jew.
can, you know,
Mystery guest
Jew.
number 2.
in all fairness, so was Jesus. Let's just remind ourselves.
Yeah, but
of
it's
that.
never
So
been
we're-
clear what the
weren't
3
them
wise
wise men?
men were.
That is
They
fair.
seem
Probably
to have some mythology that they're Persian.
Cheers.
They came from
Cheers,
the
Alan.
east.
It came from the east. It could have been Indonesia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
although
I-
that would have involved some rowing.
I'm betting Brunei.
I am so underdressed for this. I can't believe you made me go after David.
I can't
Well,
believe
we just-
I'm overdressed and I'm wearing. I can't believe I am overdressed and I'm wearing overalls. Oh my god. Okay, mystery. Okay,
Mystery
guest,
guest
wise men
number 3.
Hi, my Chase.
Hello, Mike Chase.
Low budget
you-
beard.
That's
Not
right.
So,
bad.
are there any? Can you think of any
Cheers.
wise men or beard
What
crimes?
did you bring? You brought
Myrrh.
cash.
Myrrh.
Gold. Oh, myrrh.
Myrrh O'Haggard. Myrrh O'Haggard.
Oh, that's Merle
Ooh.
Haggard.
Well played. You are highlighting your wisdom.
Are there any beard or wise men related crimes?
Yeah, you
Literally,
can't- you
Alan,
can't-
all you had to do was scrape together some gold.
I
Oh,
know.
that's true.
I know.
Yeah.
There must be a law against impersonating royalty.
There's 2 beard crimes. One is that you can't sell pubic lice treatment without telling people that sometimes pubic lice can be found in the beard. That's true. And then
Excuse
also
me.
you can't sell lead
I need to
acetate.
go make a phone call real quick then. Excuse me.
Oh, my beard is coming loose.
To be fair, Alan is the only one with an actual live beard.
I do want to say that
I'm pretty certain is lice free. Last I checked.
Well, pubic lice anyway.
Oh, no.
I do want to say that under the Taliban, there were a lot of beard crimes.
Sure.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
yes. Mhm.
Oh, I am crying laughing. Okay. Like this.
So, what's the other beard crime?
You can't sell coal tar dye for beards. So, that's not
Which
a
would
great
be
one.
useful
That's a
for
good one.
David's beard here because it would blacken the.
I'm so impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've been growing it all month.
It's the top
20 minutes.
line. It's the edging on the top line that's really.
It's
I mean,
really
And it's
that
solid.
is-
actually pinching my face and pushing all the blood to my cheeks. So by the end of this hour, I'm going to have like
Take it off,
hemorrhages.
David.
And this brings us to our first poll question: whose beard
Best.
looks more real?
Oh, sorry.
Question mark. David
Everyone,
Priest,
everyone tread carefully here.
Rosen.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone be nice about this.
Can I just point out that, like, when you have to spell Rosenstein the way he spells it quickly,
The way you
it's
spell it.
it's Michigas, man.
I don't
Um,
try.
All right,
This is amazing. So I'm going to give a little bit
all
of
right.
backstory.
The poll is up.
Okay.
The backstory is like that we planned this. When did I text you guys? Wednesday? I don't know. Some day before Christmas. And it seemed like Christmas would still be relevant.
Oh wait, hold on
Sunday.
a second.
Oh, wait.
In keeping with yesterday's commitment, we now all must sing "Happy Birthday" to Tomas Ilves.
Oh, he did show up.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday, dear
Mr.
President.
President.
Happy
Happy birthday to you.
Okay, Tomas's birthday is hereby noted. You were saying, Kate.
Oh, I was saying that, like, I've wanted this group to be on screen together for like a very long time because they all, every time they're on, they're both interesting and make me laugh in the same way. So in my mind, they're like the same, very like this. They all kind of fit together. And then I was like, oh, we should have all three of them on. That would be fun and kind of like a little party. And then I was like, oh, it's Christmas, the wise men. And then it just got kind of crazy about dressing up like actual wise men and bringing all the gifts.
Kate, I think you unlocked something in David. I feel like David was really waiting for. There's a lot of pent up creativity. Is my strong sense, and I don't know how we're going to put it back in the box. I'm very worried that it is not going back in the box.
Yeah, we were ready to walk away from the disguise thing, but then it sort of.
I already gave up the joke, Mike, that you texted all of us this morning. We're like, I can't wait to get this camel out of my house.
That's better than I've got. I've got some baby in the house claiming to be the son of God. I mean, how do you get rid of that?
Well, but how does that make you feel, though? I mean, that must feel pretty good.
Exalted, I believe, is the word.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm with Ben though. I don't fully understand the story. It's three magi who came from the east.
It's a Christmas PhDs. It's a Christmas man panel. It's obvious what it is. It's just a man panel, you know.
And they gave up some goods. You know, they offered some good stuff to this baby, and then what? They left. I mean, that was it.
You never really find out like what happens to them. Do they head back or do they like hang out now that they're here? They came a long way. They deliver themselves of the presents. Maybe do they even see the Church of the Nativity in Bethlehem? I mean, there's not, it's a long way to
King David Hotel in Jerusalem, right?
Yeah,
that's what I've heard.
Because that's what you do. There's some nice hotels in Bethlehem.
I heard that was booked and that there was also no room in the inn or something. Like anyway.
Hey, we're kings. We kick people out of the suite, right?
We are kings. That's true. This has got me thinking about how actually both of my kids were immaculately conceived. Like immaculately conceived.
Interesting.
I hadn't thought about that.
We're not going to go there.
And who do they look like?
Well, it went downhill from there. Yeah.
I was just going to say, I think you need to have a conversation with your family members.
No, but it's really, I kind of think it's one of these funny, it's like one of these funny things, like they're wise, but how wise are they? Like, are there doctorates in the hard sciences? Are they kind of like some of that social science bullshit? Like,
oh man, are we going back into this PhD doctor thing again? I can't do the PhD doctor thing again. I just can't do it. They're all senior administration officials. That's the.
Wait.
All right. So wait, what are the options? The people who want to poll on what the three wise men did after the paying of homage. Yeah. Obviously, one of them is go to the beach in Tel Aviv, because that's what they actually would have done. Yeah, but that's back the other direction.
Petra's not that far. When you've come from Brunei, that's pretty freaking close.
Okay, Petra.
Okay.
Swimming at the Dead Sea.
How far is the Dead Sea from Tel Aviv?
Well, from Tel Aviv, it's quite a ways, but from Jerusalem, it's not far at all. It's just down.
I hear you're extra floaty in that thing.
Yeah, you're really floaty.
Cool.
I suppose. Okay.
I'm interested to see how this poll ends up.
All right, there. The poll is up.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's set the wise men against each other. Here, who is the wisest of the wise men?
Yeah, that was unforeseeable.
We're gonna go with the least wise too. David Priest, Mike Chase.
Who got up first on the voyage and cooked eggs for everyone else? No.
Oh, that's totally Alan.
Yeah, Alan would do that.
Alan is very serious about cooking. But he also is the one who, without very precise directions from Google about the chemistry of the egg cooking, would be lost.
If I can't get my salt down to the gram, that's it. I'm ordering takeout. It's too anxiety inducing at that point.
I would have been the wise man that had in trying to get to the Christ child, I would have had like a crumpled up map quest directions somewhere in one of my pockets, but like, and everybody else would be like, use Waze, and I'd be like, I don't have any space on my phone for Waze. So
David Priest is defeating the other two for wisest of the wise men here.
And it's because of the beard. See, people are such sheep. They just see the beard and they think wise.
No, it's the gift. It's the gift.
Yeah, that would be the cleverest.
The funny thing is, you all think I created this just for this tonight. I've had this all my life. This is my frankincense gift that I got as a child.
That's pretty
all right. I just want to say it's not often that we have as our guests three wise men. And therefore, what we should be doing with this remaining 40 minutes is people should be drawing on their wisdom for personal advice. So if you have... Exactly. I declare that the rest of this show is basically an advice column.
Yeah, because you're going to get really good advice from a bunch of guys who trekked across 2 continents because they saw a light in the sky.
Some
good
baby
enough.
was born. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So if you have always wanted advice about something really important, this is your chance. Put it in the Ask a Question. We're going to ignore all questions that aren't requests for advice, including...
just FYI, like David is now both being voted the wisest of the wise men and the least wise.
He is a polarizing figure. Swimming at the Dead Sea is clearly winning. Which is, I gotta say, so honestly, the wise men would totally go to the beach at Tel Aviv because they'd completed their mission and they'd managed to make it to the outskirts of Jerusalem. Now it's time for hummus and and a beer. So you just kind of go down the hill to the beach, and the hotel strip is there. It's definitely what they would do. So to everybody who's voted otherwise, you're wrong. All right. Let's talk advice. Kathy Allen. There are 2 important questions here. They're related. I'm going to let Kathy pose the question, and then I'll expand it with Tony Kava's version. Okay.
There's brandishment.
Go for it, Kathy.
Well, I have an urgent question, and that is, what is the best scotch for a pandemic year?
Wise
Alan.
And Tony adds to this question with the important broader, what should we drink on January 20th? So I think there's a scotch.
I've lost audio.
This is our problem. Everybody else can hear, David.
I think I heard what's the best scotch for this year. Is that what I heard?
Can you hear now?
Correct. The only wise answer is any you can get your hands on.
And what about the broader question of what is the appropriate drink for January 20th?
For January 20th? Well, last January 20th, it was the Moscow Mule. So I think we have to mix it up this time.
Yeah, is there like a state drink of Delaware?
Wow. I think there's only one right answer to that, and that is the Glenlivet Pods. I don't know why that's. How can that not be the answer?
That seems very Delaware.
Ben, do you remember that I made this?
Just give me a second.
I do.
Hi, Ann. Yeah, I made the pods. It was like this entire endeavor in which you freeze scotch and the cocktail mixture, and then you drop it into a kind of crazy film that is like a microgastronomy film that you put into you mix it up, and then it congeals around it, and then you kind of take it out with a spoon after for a couple of seconds. And I sent you a picture of it. It's terrible. They're freaking terrible. They were so bad.
There was a whole episode of Rational Security about these awful concoctions.
And
several.
And
then you made them.
We were really friends, and we found out about it because I posted them on Twitter.
Yeah. It's a bad thing. This whole, but and Mike Chase. That's a terrible. It's a terrible idea.
Shoot down your throat.
I believe Kate's account of it at the time, as reported on Rational Security, is it's like swallowing. It's like what did you say? It was. It's like a wad of.
It's like a Tide Pod, and then all of a sudden
that's right. It's like all of a sudden it just Tide Pod that explodes down your throat
and burns your throat and makes you cough uncontrollably because it just it was, and then it was chewy and
that
weird.
Seems like an appropriate 2020 drink to me. I don't know.
That was 2019.
I'm kind of with Mike Chase that we could all purge this whole period by eating chewing up some Glenlivet pods on January 20th. Alan Rosenstein, what is your sage advice for what to drink on and what the appropriate scotch for the period is?
I have a real answer. I think everyone should drink Glendronach 10-year. It's basically Macallan, but tastier and cheaper. And my view is it's been a rough year. We should all drink a sweet, easy drinking scotch. And so I'm putting my Lafroig away for a little bit, although that is
I love Lafroig.
My true love.
What are you drinking instead? That's my true love too.
Glendronach. No, Glendronach. Yeah.
And is that your January 20th drink as well?
No, my January 20th drink. Someone in the chat said that the state drink of Delaware is milk. So I don't know, maybe I don't know, a milk. It's probably too late for eggnog at that point, but maybe bring eggnog back.
It's never too late for eggnog.
Anne?
Okay. Yes, hi. Sorry.
What is your question for the wise men?
My question, and it's a very serious one, because I've been confused about this, having been brought up as a very secular Jew, tried Buddhism, went to Mass. Anyway, I need a religion, basically, I think, after this year. It's just, so which religion should I get?
You know, there's a fabulous ancient Jewish text about this exact question.
Yes.
It is called the Kuzari, and it was written by Rabbi Yehuda Halevi in the 12th or 13th century. And the conceit of a bunch of these medieval Jewish texts from this period is that the heathen king of whatever mythic land decides to convert to monotheism and invites representatives of the three great monotheistic religions to make their case for Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. And the Kuzari is Yehuda Halevi's case for Judaism in argumentation with the case for Christianity and Islam, and it has many, many great passages in it. and a whole bunch that are really embarrassing for contemporary Judaism, like the whole section about how Jews are not really members of the same species as other people. They have been elevated to a different sort of level.
That is
and so it is both fabulous and appalling, depending on which section of it you're reading. But I am not a wise man, so
you've given them a run for their money.
the three will decree what religion you should convert to.
Yikes! Wow.
Is the flying spaghetti monster still making rounds? I feel like that was
in the chat.
Yeah. Pasta.
EG already got that in the chat.
Okay,
good.
I will make an argument for what is a recognized religion in the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, as opposed to the other United Kingdom, and it is Jedi. The Star Wars lightsaber dueling Jedis are a recognized religion in the United Kingdom, and if you're not sure what to go with, you got to go with that.
Is this kind of like people speak Klingon in the psychiatric unit in Bellevue or something?
I wouldn't know because I haven't been there in weeks.
Okay. Mike?
I don't know. Something showed up in my feed the other day, which was it was tweeted very earnestly, but I think it should be whatever branch of Christianity believes this. It says, may we never forget what the holiday is really about, and it's a picture of Santa Claus visiting baby Jesus in the manger, and so I think it's whatever group of people believe that Santa Claus came and visited the baby Jesus in the manger. I think that's probably a good religion. It seems like a nice way to merge a couple of beliefs. I'm not being serious, but yeah, maybe Pastafarian is probably the better one.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still a thing?
Pastafarian? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Like,
Alan, you cook. Is Pastafarian still a thing?
I think. I'm not sure the overlap is so big. I don't know. I don't know. So the question, the asker talked about Buddhism. I feel like that works pretty well for me. I don't know. I like High Church Anglican myself. I think is highly underrated. I say this as a secular Jew.
You're joking, right?
No, I'm not. Really good. Good music.
I'm totally with Alan on this.
It's really good music. A lot of it's music, pomp, ceremony, and like 1/20th of the guilt of your average Catholic. That's awesome.
Also, can I just say, in defense of High Church Anglicanism, I have a friend who will remain nameless for obvious reasons, who said derisively of High Church Anglicanism. This is somebody who grew up Mormon, and who sent his one child, to a Anglican school, and said derisively that he hated his child's school because the Anglican Communion's idea of devotion was parades, processions. And I thought, what a fabulous religion. Like you sit in the National Cathedral and people process down, carrying things, and there's gorgeous music. It sounded perfect to me. He meant it as a disparagement, but I was like, my reaction to it was exactly what Alan was saying. This sounds like a perfect religion.
Wait, Alan, what percentage was the guilt rating on that religion? You said it was
I think 1/20th.
Oh, it's every religion. Every religion
doing it right.
Every religion should have a guilt coefficient, because I would make my decision based completely on that. I was raised when I was a kid, I was a Jehovah's Witness for a little while, and that's got a high guilt coefficient. That's like very high.
I feel like the baseline, you have to normalize it around, and you can choose either Judaism or Catholicism. I think those are roughly kind of roughly equal,
although the nature of the guilt is totally different.
It is a totally well. When
Catholics say Catholic guilt and when Jews say Jewish guilt, they mean completely different things. Bob.
Yeah, I kind of want to hear this.
One is about Christ's sacrifice for all of humankind, and the other is for forgetting your mother's birthday. I mean, they are fundamentally different.
Mike, I want to hear the backstory to this. You said you were a Jehovah's Witness for a little bit. I mean, were you experimenting in high school?
Well, he got off the stand at some point. He was dismissed after he
it was a long weekend.
We all dabbled a little bit. I lived in Northampton for a while, and I was whatever. No, it was until I was like 12. I was and then it was like, and then so the teachings were interesting, and then at a certain point the teaching became look, you're not, you can't,
12-year-old's intelligence.
Well, it was like, you can't go to college, so like there's not going to be any college. That's not going to be happening. And then it was also, there was all these, like, there were predictions about the end times, and then at a certain point the goalpost got moved, and they said, all right, look, we've got a new understanding now. So there's a new understanding. So like there's not going to be any college. And then so it was, and at that point I think it was a no-go. But I was only 12 when we got yanked out of there. So yeah.
When I was growing up,
So wait, Mike, would you recommend Jehovah's Witness for Anne?
So I don't know. I mean, it depends what you want to accomplish. Like, I'm not afraid to like just like go right up to a stranger's door and like introduce myself. Like, I got no problem doing that.
I learned to that in common with Mormons.
Yeah,
and dogs.
Are you selling cookies?
Well, I could sell some cookies or salvation, whatever you want.
I'll take the cookies, please.
But yeah, no. I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think so. No, I don't think.
So
I don't think I would.
Now that he's dead, it is not a violation of confidence for me to share Justice Scalia's joke about Jehovah's Witnesses.
Oh God, no!
This is going to be tasteful.
That they only won one.
It is not tasteful. What do you get, Mike Chase, when this is a genuine joke that Antonin Scalia, Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, used to tell? What do you get when you cross a Jehovah's Witness with a Unitarian?
I don't know. I'm going to be offended, I think, a little bit by it, but just go ahead.
Someone who knocks on your door, but when you answer it, has nothing to say.
Oh, no.
It's actually a mean joke about Unitarians.
Not mean about Jehovah's Witnesses.
It's a much worse joke about Unitarians. That's not you missold that. That's not about Jehovah's Witnesses.
You gotta slip it in where you can. It is an actual joke that Justice Scalia told a good friend of mine, unembarrassedly. Pauline, your question for the wise men.
Okay. So
hi, Pauline. It's been a while. Nice to see you.
So everybody's complaining about being in lockdown and isolation, and I have nowhere to go, and there's nothing to do, and there's nobody to see, and all that. And like, I'm good with it. I work from home. I didn't used to. I do miss my coworkers a little, but like, I'm good. I'm just wondering why is this like, what's wrong with me?
It's not what's wrong with you, Pauline. It's that other people aren't as good as you. That's it.
That's actually
it. 100%.
You're the high point of humanity.
Ideal.
Right.
I'm self-actualized.
I think the pandemic is it's the revenge of the introvert to a certain extent, and is, in a culture that is just obsessed with extroversion, it is an opportunity for introverts to be like, this is a strength, and totally.
But because you're introverts, you won't get in people's faces and brag about it.
An introvert and a Canadian, so double.
That's the special overlap.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So just an update on the polls. David Priest wins whose beard looks most real.
You guys are killing me here.
Swimming at the Dead Sea, totally improbably wins the what the three wise men did next. And David Priest also prevails in both the wisest and the least wise of the wise men competition, proving that the audience, like the American voter, has no idea what it thinks of anything.
Did you do rank choice voting, as I believe is becoming more common?
It was we first past the post.
you do know, David, my law of meetings, right?
Talk a lot.
No, the Wittis's law of conferences is that the number of Americanist political scientists in the conference is directly proportional to the speed at which the subject of ranked choice voting will take over the agenda of the conference.
Oh, that is actually a very good law. You should write that down and put it in Urban Dictionary. And I'm not actually kidding.
Sarah Longwell,
there should be some type
very good.
Sarah Longwell and I have a game because we go to a lot of conferences together of people who are concerned about democracy and its future, And as soon as we sit down, we send each other a text with our prediction for how many minutes, based on the composition of the group, it's going to take to for the subject to turn to ranked choice voting. It always takes less than we predict. Tony Cava.
Tony Cava alert. Tony Cava.
Your question for the wise men.
How is everyone? This is a lot of fun, you guys. I'd like to just quickly say happy birthday to Tomas. Direct 1-to-1, assuming he's still here. Happy birthday, Mr. President. I was wondering,
can you sing it like Marilyn Monroe?
I tried.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
Very nice.
Very good, Tony.
Committed.
You're welcome. I'm here every day, obviously.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Hey, so with that, another bit of embarrassment there that's going to follow me for the rest of my life. I was wondering
dancing in your
how
pajamas yesterday.
Like dancing in my pajamas. Yeah.
Once you've done that, the rest is you kind of kosher on the rest because
well, it turns out you can do 15-second screen grabs of Crowdcast. So Drew Ricketts actually made a 15-second screen grab of me dancing around in my onesie. So
wow, maybe we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to do that for like. The 300th and a 300th episode, we'll have to put together a video of 15-second screen grabs. Is there sound on them?
I can't remember if there was sound. There may have been.
Excellent.
Yeah, I can't remember. I was just gyrating. I was so busy shaking the groove thing that I can't remember what was going on with sound. Okay, anyway. So my question to you all is, I'm wondering how to frame and write up my next NDA for maximum effect. What clauses should be in there to protect my interest to the maximum extent possible.
Now, I think you should follow the example of Van Halen, as most good lawyers do, and put into the contract the M&M clause. You've all heard about the M&M clauses they used to put into contracts?
So yes,
they would say backstage, and it would be like a 24-page contract for all the stuff having to do with the concert venue.
Oh, yeah, that shit. Right. Yeah.
They would say, we will have a bowl of M&Ms on a table in the back, and it will have all of the green ones pulled out, or something like that.
Yes.
And they were asked about it, and they said, it's not because we're prima donnas, which is what it became to be seen as, is all these writers in contracts that were seen as, you must have this fancy drink available for us every 6 feet between the dressing room and the stage. And they said for Van Halen, it wasn't that. It was because they'd had members of their crew get hurt by concert venues not having the proper scaffolding and supporting for some of their heavy equipment. And so to make sure that the concert venue read the contract and actually did those things, they would put in silly stuff in there to make sure they actually did read all the way through these long pages. So I say you just put in some crazy shit halfway through and see if anyone reads it.
So that is a super important thing. And David, I think in Lawfare's next contract,
I don't believe in NDAs. Ignore them. Pay no attention to them. They're unenforceable. That's it. Sorry.
Yeah. But I just think we should start, as a matter of course, putting wacky shit in lawfare contracts.
I did.
Oh, good.
I did.
Okay.
You should see what Kate has to do when she delivers this paper to us.
like deliver the paper.
It has to actually be, the paper has to be spelled out in green M&Ms. Just so you know, you should give yourself extra time for that.
Yeah.
Like
typesetting
M&Ms and every other
Mike Chase, what's your advice for how Tony should amend his NDAs?
I think you got to write the agreement in such a way that you're both sort of de facto. It's like a blood pact. Like you're both committing some federal crimes, and that like the consequence for breach is that you'll cooperate on the other person, and get an immunity deal. Like that's a real like what would monetary damages? Give me a break. Like federal effing prison. Like that is how you make the contract stick. That's my view.
So something about pubic lice and beards then?
Yeah, you get some pubic lice, and there's a blood pact.
I really hope we were past that part of the conversation.
No, we're never moving past that.
Hey, look,
super pubic lice and beards. David Botts has a very important beard question for you guys.
Well, presents though for both you, Ben, and Kate. Hi, Nina. But is Nina okay there? Is she cheering?
She's fine. She's always like this. Yeah, no, she just like absolutely. If you hit her elbow, she just sticks out her whole paw. She's like, hell.
It's very Germanic. Stop it.
Except the laconic look on her face when she does it. She's like, oh, okay, I'll stick out my paw.
I love dogs, but I draw the line at Nazi dogs. No.
I don't know. Maybe she's thinking like hail peanut butter or something, which is more okay with that.
David, your important beard question for the wise men.
Okay, so how long should I let this grow? Because I'm really liking King David Priest's look over there. So all the way to my belt, or how long should it go?
But I thought the rule was that beard grows until COVID, until you're vaccinated, basically.
That is the plan, but I've got three wise guys here and a doctor.
Wait, wise guys? What are you calling a wise guy? Am I funny to you? I make you laugh? Am I some kind of clown?
Just keep growing it, man. I don't think you should. I think it's awesome if you clearly have a beard with a lot of potential. My beard just gets kind of scraggly and sad if it gets longer, so I kind of have to keep it this length. But you could get some volume, man.
All
so
right, this is totally going on a poll. In addition,
so let my beard flag fly. Okay,
exactly.
I love your beard. It's been a comfort to me.
It's a good
in
beard.
Hard times.
The beard works. Keep the lice out of it. Number one. Number two. If you can beat the guy that I saw at the Tool concert who had the same style of beard, and I'm sure there's a name for it, but it's almost like the Scott Ian from Anthrax, the straight down, and it was down to his crotch. I didn't see exactly where in the crotch. I didn't want to get into detail there, but it was down. But you're not going to grow that in the next few months before you get a vaccine. So you've got a fundamental choice to make. What matters more to you, your public pledge regarding the vaccine, or the novelty of a long beard?
Yeah, really, really good insights. And Kate, I've got your multi-lith there, your polylith for you.
I thought that was a decent observation. Although Tomas did point out that like it's not a lith either, which means it's made of stone. It's made of gingerbread. But we can be a little. I feel like in these hard times, the definition of certain elements and materials are fungible, but we can't say that something is a monolith when it's clearly pieced together by many pieces of material.
So
thanks everybody.
As the wise man who possesses a very short beard, Mike Chase, do you have advice on beard length?
Yeah, when I go through puberty, I am definitely going to start growing a beard. It's been on my agenda, my post-pubescent agenda for a long time. So I'm just going to have to live
your immaculate conceptions as well.
Yeah,
I'm just going to live vicariously through the beard. So I say keep going because that's all I've got. So yeah.
Can I also chime in to ask David an important question, which is, did he voluntarily go to a Tool concert? I want to stay on
thin ice, my friend.
Stay on that part of it.
No, he was part of the all tools approach.
In fact, I will show you the video of my son playing Tool on electric guitar because I took him to a Tool concert when he was 8 years old, and I won't say I regret it, but I did have to reschool him on proper use of the English language afterwards because of all the 4-letter words coming out of his mouth. Yeah, but I will not apologize for Tool. If you want to make Tool jokes, then you'll have to take me back when I was at the State Department. My desk officer next to me, who is now ambassador, but he was a lowly desk officer like me, and his name was Atul, the Indian name Atul. And for an entire year, I got my giggles every morning by calling him Atul, and it never got old. And he never got back for it, except for the time I left the office.
Except for the fact that he's an ambassador now.
Well, there's that, which I'm sure being an ambassador in this administration was a joy. But he put it was like an old sandwich. He put it at the back of one of my file cabinets in my office before he left for the weekend, knowing I would be gone for the days after the long weekend. And I came back in and the office just stank and I couldn't figure out why. And I go in there and he must have overheard me through the wall saying, what stinks in here? Because I get this message from him that says, "Who's a tool now?"
You gotta say you totally deserved it. All right, we're down to the last 10 minutes. It's time for a lightning round. I'm going to read the questions and assign them to a wise man. Mike Chase from Steven. How should I break the news to my Trump supporter friend that Trump really lost?
How close a friend is it?
You only get what you get.
I guess the question is, what is the definition of breaking the news? Because my guess is that the news has already been sufficiently broken. The news just hasn't been accepted yet, right? I mean, that is really. So I say go the other way. I just say absolutely you can just pretend that we live in alternate universes for as long as possible, and I just say go with the delusion because it's not going to be accepted. It just isn't. I think that there's proof of concept right now. I say go with it.
We have two wise men nodding at this ridiculous suggestion on Mike's part. Does that imply agreement?
100%. It is not your job to bring your friends to reality. That's a thing they have to do themselves.
All right.
I have a concurring opinion, which is yes, allow them to persist in their delusion. It is not your job to fix it because it will actually be fun to watch when the realization hits them around 2036, 2037.
All right. Drew Rickett has a question for Alan Rosenstein. Seeking advice. Should I get a functional microphone for my personal computer? I have no need of one other than being raptured on this show.
So it all depends on your budget and how many Amazon points you have. But I think you should totally get one.
Wait,
so
there are points on Amazon?
Yeah, you gotta get the Amazon Visa card, man.
Christ, what am I doing?
I don't know. No, I think so. So this mic is the Amazon basic something mic. It's like $50. That's the expensive part of this setup. And then this shock mount and this arm is another like $20. And so it's awesome.
And for that money, he gets to field abusive texts from Kate and me. Hey, can you come on the show tonight?
Yeah, where are you?
Any day of the week.
That's fine. No, it's great.
The worst money he's ever spent.
It's so cool because every single Zoom call begins with someone saying that I look like a podcaster, which is like the highest compliment, and then I can even go,
oh no, my friend, no.
I can
far from a
phrase,
drool,
podcaster,
and then like throw up on yourself. Still like
sure, if you those are into that, and then no, you can get really close and you can like do like the Barry Manilow thing if you're into that. I think it's great. I'm 100 very very.
The Darth Vader thing.
Yes, that thing.
Okay, or you can do that.
Yeah, you can do that too. All right, next question. David Priest, what dosage of Donald J. Trump is recommended for the new year? Notice the use of the noun dosage.
Yes, I appreciate that. I otherwise reject homeopathy, but I do believe that the smallest possible dose is the most effective dose, according to this pseudoscientific theory. So I say as close to zero as you can get.
That's a good dose.
Mike Chase, Christopher Argyris asks, would you take a job or a Senate-confirmed political appointment in the Biden administration now, or wait out the pandemic dominating policy until a more expansive, ambitious policy agenda can be pursued, possibly after the 2022 midterms? Or would you let McConnell play his cards now and see if Democrats hold on to the House? Or would you have clarity first on whether Biden will seek a second term?
Chris
In other words, what is your wise advice for when the optimal time for people to go into the administration is?
This is a question apparently that needs to be answered with thumbtacks and string and there's some sort of flow chart that has to happen. No, so personally, I would take a position anytime that the chief executive is willing to do the right thing and appoint me the czar of overcriminalization in the United States. I will take that position and I will clear the code. We'll take care of it. But I don't know. I mean, I think that what we're going to end up seeing is you're going to see some cabinet level folks. You're going to see really a lot of ugliness. But I don't think that that's a reason to shy away from it. I think that you accept now. I think that one of the best things that you can do is have some people out there now already kind of laying out a vision for a functional administration. So I wouldn't wait. I would say now it's a unified front, and we have a clear vision for an administration. I don't think you wait. I think you don't look anemic. You do it. You go in strong. You do it now.
All right. We have 13 questions. We've got 4 minutes. We're going to race through them. I'm going to read them fast, and we're going to get through all of them, and no more questions get added to the list. Okay, everybody? Wow. Pat Gunn asks Alan Rosenstein, what is the best way to get podcast hosts to feature your questions apart from giving them shameless flattery or being self-referential?
Amazon gift cards.
That is the correct answer. Alcohol offerings. And by the way, wooden pineapples work wonders as well.
Small broken animals.
David Priest, Stephen Friedman asks, is Rapture Insurance a good value for the next year in addition to regular healthcare insurance?
No, I would spend your money instead on rap insurance because it's getting more violent, and that's a better value for your money.
Okay. Mike Chase, Craig asks, will January 6th be very typical or major headline worthy? Will there be fireworks in the Capitol or across the country?
Yeah, yes, it'll be very newsworthy because people will be refreshed and they will be they will be making a story out of whatever happens. So yeah, there'll be fireworks, but whether the fireworks are meaningful or not, that's yet to be seen.
All right, Mitchell has an important question for you, Alan Rosenstein. Stocks.
Yeah, I don't. Sure.
All right. Yes on Scotch.
Especially when they're of fish that are tasty. I mean, okay.
Do you have any specific stocks to recommend? Cod, apparently.
Yeah, I like cod. I think northern salmon, sockeye salmon's probably underpriced, so I'd go long on that.
Okay. David Priest from E.G. Phillips, advice for keeping someone who's a short timer in their current position from doing any damage for the remainder of their tenure. Early termination, alas, is not an option.
Call in a bomb threat to your own building so that the office is closed until their departure date.
No. Dissenting opinion.
Okay. Just to any Secret Service officers who happen to be watching the show.
I didn't hear anything.
Mr. Wiseman, are you serious when you say that?
Oh, God, no. Is any of this serious tonight?
Okay, just check. I
thought this was Sarcasm Cast.
Says the guy with the crown and the fake beard.
Serious?
Mike Chase, the Reverend Dr. Hillary Livingston, asks, how long should I leave my Christmas tree up this year?
The end of April. If you go into May, it's too long, but end of April is totally acceptable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Once woodpeckers start settling in, it's probably time to.
E.G. Phillips also asks Alan Rosenstein, can we get a rendition of We Three Kings from the Wise Men?
Oh,
nope.
Oh boy. You can, but you won't. Moving on.
All right. David Priest, this is an important question from Kathy Allen. What should the generation of children born during the pandemic be referred to as? Should they be called pandemials?
Oh,
no. No, too many letters to write. They should be Generation Y, WHY.
Corona kids, obviously.
Corona kids.
Nice. Yeah.
Solved.
Not COVID. Not
all right.
COVID.
This is a really good question.
Corona
It
kids
happens.
better.
Its assignment to Mike Chase is random, but it couldn't have been better placed. From my old college classmate, Gowan DeLeo, could the legalization / rescheduling of weed have unintended political consequences in red states?
Yeah, it might. Maybe it'll break the logjam a little bit. I mean, smoky back rooms may have a different vibe, than they used to. And
Bill Galston always says that the only real problem with the old tradition of the smoke-filled room was the secondhand smoke. But I think he might feel differently if it were weed smoke. John Bordeaux asks Alan Rosenstein, should I sell my car?
I love these questions.
Only if you can get a segue in return. If you have a line and a good segue, then yeah, I think so.
I agree.
All right. This is a serious, important one from a lady. That's actually the username, a lady. For David Priest, my mother-in-law told me this week she wants to give me an heirloom ring, but my boyfriend and I aren't engaged. Should I take it?
Yes.
All right.
Next question.
No.
We have a wise man dissent here. Mike Chase, break the tie.
Take the ring.
Yes. There's no exact contract.
Do not take it and run.
What do you say?
No. It depends how many pawn shops you have close to where you live. But yeah, I think you definitely take it.
I like
All
the
right,
way
there
you
you
think.
go.
Don't sell your car until you've driven to the pawn shop with your mother.
With your mother's engagement
All right.
ring.
Stephen
your
Friedman
frankincense.
gets the last question tonight. I guess it is for Mike Chase. Which religion has the best supporting community?
What religion has the best supporting community?
Oh, come on, you former. It's the Baha'is.
I don't know. Hare Krishna, I think, probably.
Oh.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know.
supporting of each other or supporting of everyone?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Two different
supporting
answers.
It's
Yeah,
it's
those
not
are different.
clear. it's not clear from the question. So
yeah, well, I'll just say it's this. I think it's not Scientologists. Let me just put it that way.
So if you guys want to watch a truly fabulous movie about the least supportive community associated with a religion,
Heaven's Gate,
check out Wild Wild Country.
I just watched that today.
It is superb.
For the second time. It's so good. It's a little psycho.
So Shane Harris grew up in Portland at the time that they poisoned all those salad bars. It's a great story and really worth your time. All right, wise men, thanks for joining us. Now head back east.
I'm pretty, guys. It was so I selfishly, even if like no one else had shown up, I would have been thrilled to hang out with the three of you for an hour or so.
I'm super excited to meet the Crime a Day guy. This has been awesome.
Hey.
I've been a fan for years.
You guys have never met?
It's a big moment. It's a big moment for me.
Me too.
Wait.
Yeah, you can travel. You can travel the full length of Asia, and you still can meet someone new.
Yeah.
And commit a crime a day.
So wait. There's an important question we need to end the show on. Is it, at the end of the day, is the name Crime a Day or is the name at Crime a Day?
Oh, I go by the just Crime a Day. Yeah, Crime a Day. Because I call my wife is FloCAD, First Lady of Crime a Day. So yeah. It's actually the name of the office. It's not the name of the person. So yeah, right. Yeah.
Perfect.
Excellent. All right, we are gonna be back tomorrow with Yaya Fanusi. That is gonna be 22 hours and 55 minutes from now. We are ending more or less on time today. And until then, Kate, what do we say?
We say that I feel like the wise men have never been more appreciated than they have in this hour. And this is pretty epic.
We don't have fun.
We don't have any more, but the wise men have never been more appreciated in this hour.
Okay, but in lieu of fun, we have wise men who have never. We've done this 276 times. Why is this so hard?